So what do you do for a living?
I'm a Helldiver.
Being a Helldiver is badass. I get to wear the coolest looking gear. I get to rock the baddest, most destructive weaponry ranging from assault rifles, laser cannons.
Maybe you should take it up with Mr. Laser.
Yeah, Mr. Laser.
Flamethrowers, heavy machine guns. Rocket launchers, grenades, nukes, napalm.
No.
And I get to do all of this while wearing an actual cape. In fact, getting the cape means I am a Helldiver and I've passed my training. And being a Helldiver means I get to dive straight into hell. Yes.
Alright.
How do I do this? I get into a pod specifically designed for my body weight, shoe size, in-flight dietary requirements, which is located on the bridge of my personal starship called the Princess of the Stars. I'm here to spread democracy on the behalf of Super Earth, and I will do so with all of the firepower I'm allowed to use at the behest of my superiors. I'm on my breakneck descent to a planet I've not even bothered to learn the name of. All I know is that it's designated for liberation and I'm not alone. No, I'm dropping in with 3 other Helldivers, all ready and frothing at the mouth for the taste of battle. We're professionals, we're heroes, and we're spoken about by impressionable children in the playgrounds of every school back on the home planet of Super Earth with a sense of pride and...
Did I seriously just nuke 2 minutes? Oh, for sake.
Someone's gonna kill me, man! We done here?
Helldivers is hilarious chaos. The game infects you with the same sense of faux pride you got from watching the infomercials and propaganda from the film Starship Troopers, but it does it so well that you're fully on board with whatever it's trying to accomplish. In fact, it does its in-game propaganda so well that when you do get killed, and you will get killed, by friendly fire, it simply just gels even more so that this is the world of a Helldiver, and to be honest, it's fantastic.
Friendly fire is part and part of the Helldivers experience. Just remember, it's not from malice, and if it is from malice, we'll kill them.
Now, there will be plenty of professional reviews out there that will explain the core mechanics better, the satire, the blah 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 performance, the bugs, the polish, anything that's upcoming, and generally just give you a bit of an idea about the whole pay-to-win debacle. And I will touch on it, I guess, but if you're after a more in-depth look, well, you're in the wrong place. I'm just going to basically tell you a bit more about what I think of the game from my perspective.
Okay, let's go.
I think Helldivers 2 is having its Risk of Rain 2 moment, in that it isn't what I consider a true sequel. Both games are identical to the first game in the franchise, in that they operate in essentially the same way, and whatever story or setting that the developers gave us is basically unchanged.
This is gonna be so good!
What Helldivers 2 is the result of that imagined moment that you had when you played the first and you thought, what if? And the what if in this scenario is basically, what if we just gave you a much bigger budget and said for you to just go make the same game, but just make it better? Oh, and lose the top-down view and just make it a third-person over-the-shoulder view. Helldivers 2 is the game Helldivers is, but with everything turned from 10 to 11. In fact, Helldivers 2, while being the same, is really a true sequel in terms of features. It gives you everything you loved from the first, but it just makes it better. There's a tendency from a lot of developers to just basically change the core aspects of their game for a sequel in a way to kind of make things a bit fresh, interesting. They just kind of sometimes throw in some new mechanics, but sometimes that just screws things up. But Arrowhead already had a solid base to work from and basically said, you know what, just have the same game, but cooler. I suppose this could be basically Helldivers' equivalent of going from Terminator 1 to Terminator 2. I don't know, I suppose. This game is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at it. It's stunning. It just looks so good. And it's all in the engine, so naturally it's just gonna look sexier. And I imagine in the future it'll look even sexier again. I would totally visit these worlds if they weren't hostile to the glorious citizens of Super Earth. Playing this game is an absolute joy, and it's really brought back the fun of co-op shooters. Sure, there's been a lot of co-op shooters in the past, but have they really been as fun as this? And I could probably say no. In fact, it's probably one of the best communities for co-op gaming that I've had the pleasure of experiencing.
Do you think we can survive the cyborg onslaught? I don't.
Everyone is there to give it their all, and again, I believe that's actually instilled into the players due to the way the game makes you essentially cosplay. People share ammo, they drop guns, they emote, they tag, and they use the in-game mic, which you don't understand how big a deal that is for someone living in Wales. Is anybody on the comms? Yeah man, I'm on the comms, let's talk. How are you? How's the family? You own a dog? Do you know any dogs? My dog's called Derek. Let's grab us.
You forget about that one. And you keep them coming in. You're doing well, son.
Expanding outside of the co-op and communication aspect is the core gameplay, which is simple but yet just pulled off perfectly.
I recommend using any excess bullets on those enemies.
The gameplay can be boiled down to this. You choose if you wish to cosplay as Mobile Infantry Starship Troopers or Resistance Terminator Future War people things. Once you've decided, then it's time to select what gear you wish to bring, where you want to deploy, and you launch yourself towards the battle zone. Once you're on the ground, you'll call in whatever stratagems you decide to bring with you, be it artillery strikes, gunship runs, orbital lasers, HMG emplacements, and the tea and biscuits for the gang. Though, you might not get time to rest, depending on the difficulty levels, of which there is definitely more than 2. There's a lot of variation and challenge across the difficulty choices, and that can make realigning a dish to send a transmission or carrying an SSD to an extraction point go from a mild graze on the weenus to a full-blown root canal. But it's under the influence of pain medication, so you'll still feel excellent while it happens. You get what I mean, it's awesome. I mentioned the guns, there's plenty of those to use and unlock, and boy, do they feel so damn good to use. The feedback from them is so perfectly executed. The last time I felt this good, I was playing Titanfall 2. God bless your soul, Titanfall 2. Machine guns are loud, bassy, and feel meaty to use. The launchers feel like they actually have explosives in them. All you gotta do is scout around the maps to find different weapons, extra medals, in addition to the ones that you get for completing objectives and missions. You can then use these medals to basically unlock more new weapons, armor, capes, emotes, boosters, and more. You can also get more medals for completing essentially a campaign, which gives you a bonus for beating a set number of maps without losing.
As a bonus point, any objectives that you complete will be granting you points. Those points will go towards a community-based mission system, which will allow the Helldivers to conquer various parts of the galaxy. And yes, it will bring democracy to those uncouth bugs and those disgusting toasters.
Oh, and I just gotta say, my personal armor choice is the light armor, as I like to be fast and mobile, like a Yorkie. Look, the game is about blowing things up, accidentally killing your friends, having epic clutch moments which deserve to be in the movies, and it's just so much fun. It's a game that deserves all the praise that it's given. Yes, I know it had server problems when it launched, but come on. I don't even think the devs even knew the game was going to be as big as it is. I think we're all witnessing the rebirth of a franchise that could realistically go on to be huge. Any reviews moaning about server issues should basically be flat out ignored. That's like saying, oh, the food was beautiful, but there was a dog watching from across the street, so I'll not eat this fabulous meal ever again. Stupid willy face.
Be gentle.
One thing I do absolutely want to address is the whole Oh my god, it's pay to win. Oh, shut up. No, it isn't. Who's gonna win if it was? You? Because it certainly isn't any other player.
No, wait, don't go. We're starving.
Yes, this game does have a cash store, but all it contains is spicy variations of some of the main weapons, and in my opinion, the main games versions suit my playstyle better. They do not excel over the standard weapons, and if you do want to unlock the season pass, for which is 80% cosmetics anyway, then you can buy it using super credits, which you can also find in the game in various stashes, bunkers and crashed pods, and you can even buy them at various points in the unlocks using your medals, which you have to spend in order to get to the next gear unlock tier anyway, so it's basically a win-win. Look, the game is a solid 7 ham sandwiches out of egg, and it's just an absolute blast, and you should definitely part with your money for a copy of this game. It's funny, it's tongue-in-cheek, it's wonderfully stressful, beautifully optimised, action-packed, and it instills a level of camaraderie not seen in a long time. Get this game now! Do it! Do it now! Helldivers.
Okay, just grab it and run. Grab it and run. Grab those resupply and run. Cool.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?